My name is Elizabeth and I work on the sales team at D&H RV Center's Apex, North Carolina location. So today I'm standing inside a 2025 Northwood Arctic Fox 1150. Before we start the walkthrough video, I want to cover just what makes this floor plan special and why it might suit your needs. So first off, the 1150 is the largest single slide dry bath truck camper that you can buy at D&H RV. A majority of our customers typically will buy a camper like this if they're going on extended road trips across the country or if they're traveling to Alaska. This camper does have the special 4 seasons insulation that Northwood is known for. So you're getting premium insulation and you are also getting heated and insulated holding tanks. This gives you a lot of flexibility for traveling in different seasons or different climates, which is why we'll typically see people purchase a truck camper like this to do a trip to Alaska. So as we're talking about the tank sizes, I've got some quick specs here that I want to go over. The 1150 has very large tank sizes overall. So the freshwater, you're looking at 59 gallons, gray water, you're looking at 35 gallons, and you get 43 gallons for the black water. This is a lot larger than other similar floor plans we might carry that would either have just a single slide or a dry bath as well. Some of the competitors, their tank sizes might range in the 20 to 30. So you just get a much bigger capacity with something like the Arctic Fox 1150. Now, the floor length in this camper is 11 feet 4 inches. Similar floor plans to this will often be under 11 feet, so you might be looking at close to 10 or 10.5 feet. Now, the interior height is 6'7", so that's not terribly different from a lot of the large campers that are out there, but it feels massive when you're inside of this. So, I mean, if you can see for me, my arms just barely touch the ceiling here. There is so much space. And you can kind of see behind me too, the ceiling is arched. That's something that Northwood does special in all of their truck campers, especially the Arctic Fox. They've got what they call the cathedral arch ceiling. So it really opens up this interior space and it just gives you a ton of arm room and headroom. All right, the last spec to look at is the dry weight. So when you're looking at the dry weight on the 1150 with the commonly ordered options, you're getting close to around 4,200 pounds. The exact weight on this camper with how we've equipped it with options is 4,256 pounds. So when you're thinking about a camper this heavy, we do recommend a 1-ton dually with an 8-foot bed. We've put this camper on, an F350 or a 3500, so you don't necessarily need to go up to something like a 450 or a 550. But if you've got questions about payload and what your truck can handle, please feel free to give our office a call. I'll put the phone number at the bottom of the screen. But our sales managers have helped a lot of customers with different types of truck setups, and we've got a lot of knowledge and resources here just to help see if this camper is going to work with the truck that you've got. All right, and let's get into the rest of the walkthrough here, and I'll show you around the interior and the exterior of the Arctic Fox 1150 dry bath. As we start on the outside here, I am going to look at the passenger side. So we've got 3 compartments by this slide. This one is right under either the lounge or the dinette, depending on what you're getting. There is another compartment here that actually accesses the inside as well, so I'll show that other opening when we get inside. And then there is one other storage compartment down here in the rear. It's a little smaller. Now, as we move to the front of the camper, one of the things you'll notice that Northwood does for their Arctic Fox line, they have a fiberglass front cap. Now, this camper just got delivered to us from the factory in Oregon, so we haven't had a chance to clean off all the bugs from the cap yet, but we got America on there as it came over to us in North Carolina. All right, since we recommend a dually truck, we do have this camper equipped with the dually brackets on the side here. And then you'll notice as well, there is a slide topper. That's an option, and that's a pretty common option that we'll order for these campers as well. So let's move to the driver's side. All right, the side awning is an option. We've got that equipped on this model. You can see all of the frameless windows. So starting up here, we've got the freshwater fill, the battery compartment, and there are no batteries standard from Northwood, so this gives you an option to either put AGM or lithium in there, but the compartment is big enough that you can do either 1 or 2 batteries. You've got outlets here, the 30 amp connection there. This compartment is really just for access for some of the plumbing and appliances, so it's not necessarily a storage compartment. And then moving to the back side, we've got 2 30-pound propane tanks here. Another similar storage compartment in the rear. And then in here you've got access to things like dumping tanks, you've got the battery or the battery disconnect, or the control panel for the electric jacks. And this camper does have electric jacks. That is a standard feature for the Arctic Fox. As we move to the back, there is a rear awning that comes standard on every Arctic Fox. We've also got the bumper. There is a storage compartment here for your sewer hose. We have this camper equipped with the Fox landing. So there's a couple things that make this special. Number one, if we move down, you can see there is this curved piece here. If you are gonna tow with a camper like this and have something like a trailer behind you, you would need a hitch extension, but this allows you to have the hitch extension come out and kind of pass through here. So you can still get in and out of the camper and use these steps on the side if you've got this whole space here connected to a trailer and your hitch extension. But all of this does fold up really easily when you're on the go. There is a slide out tray in here. I'll show that in a little bit because I'm gonna have to disconnect the steps here. All right, over here is a compartment right now that we have just empty. It has generator prep in it, but you can order this camper with an Onion generator. So it would sit in this compartment instead if you got that option. All right, and then moving up, you've got the ladder for roof access. If you can kind of see from here, there is a handle on the roof that you can grab onto and easily access the roof to do any of your maintenance. And then I'll show the backup camera here. That is standard. One other thing I'll point out, so this camper does show the Sol X6. Every Arctic Fox truck camper comes standard with 400 watts of solar. There's an option to upgrade to 600 watts. So that's what we've got on this camper. That's why you'll see a sticker like that. All right, and then let's look at that slide out tray. Once you remove the step, this is what the slide out tray looks like. My favorite feature on this camper is the fact that you can still access the entire interior when the slide is pulled in. So with the floor space here, you can still get in to use the restroom, or you can come through here to get to the fridge, to sleep in the bed at night, or use any of the kitchen amenities. Now, this is mostly just possible due to the optional rollover lounge. Northwood has an option to do a dinette here instead, but with the dinette, it comes out to just on this space where the carpet ends, and when you've got that extra back, it really cuts off a lot of the space here, and it would be a little too difficult to get around and access the inside of the camper. We really like this rollover lounge option because you could remove the table and the table legs. You'd have a lot more space to get in and out of the camper comfortably. But also, it's just more spacious to sit comfortably here. And then you can still see the TV on the other side. So I'll show that in a little bit. But let's put the slide out and look at the rest of the interior. Now that the slide is out, let's look at the inside of the camper. So starting in the back, we do have the screen door here, and then you can get a better view of the rollover lounge. There are two different outlets. So you've got the USB ports over here, and then traditional outlets are down here. They have a Furrion 12-volt fridge. Really spacious inside. Some storage compartments here. So this giant wardrobe has the rack for the hangers at the top, and then some storage drawers. And all these cabinets do have solid wood on the front. Okay, this is the compartment that also connects to that outside compartment door. As we move around the camper, we'll go to the restroom last, but I'll look at the kitchen next. Here, I'll move around so we can get a better view of it overall. So when the slide is out, this is how much floor space you've got for the kitchen. This compartment is really nice because they've got a slide out here. It's very difficult to open, which is good because then it won't open while you're driving down the road. All right, you can put all kinds of canned goods or boxes in here. And I'll latch that back up. More storage down here. This camper is equipped with the optional 3-burner cooktop. With that option, it deletes the oven, so you've got 2 large storage drawers instead. This is what the drawers will look like. And then there's more storage over here. And a small compartment underneath the sink. We've got a really spacious sink with the cover over here. For the windows, with these frameless windows, you can open them up this way, get some airflow. And then as far as shades go, this is what the shades will look like at night. We've got the control panel here for the stereo, for the thermostat, for some of the tank monitors and some of the lights. In the kitchen as well, there is this kitchen extension, and this whole thing does fold up and it normally stores in the closet over there. But this is a nice way to add some extra counter space. Especially because the only other counter space you really have is this section right here. And then when you put the sink cover over, you can use that as well. Moving up, we've got more Furrion appliances, so the microwave, storage compartments up here. And then moving to the roof, there's a skylight. We do have the optional AC on this camper. And there is a furnace here as well. All right, let's move to the rear. We can look at the dry bath. This secures in place with the little bungee cord. But let's move so we can see the floor space. So this is how much space you've got when you're using the restroom. And then there's the sink and the medicine cabinet. And let's look at some of the storage compartments as well. So there's one drawer there, and this really big cabinet up here. You do have a fan in the bathroom. And then moving over to the shower, there is extended headspace with that domed skylight. And there you can see all of the floor space for the shower. you can pull this. All right, let's go to the bedroom. And then I'll need to fold this up so I can access the cab over better. I have the kitchen counter extension moved, and I forgot to show one other thing on the kitchen. Outlets. You have got this little space here for outlets. So as we move to the cab over, let's start on the passenger side. There is a ton of space, so you can comfortably sit up and get in and out of this bed. We've got the wardrobe here, where you can hang clothing, and it extends down below as well. And there is this massive compartment here. You can put a lot of clothes down there. Some stuff can be stored up here. Another big compartment. There are outlets and USB ports on either side of the bed. So you can see those over there as well. And if you wanted to stash anything behind you on the headboard, you've got that option. All right, we can kind of see the fan over the bed. Similar storage compartments on this side. I'll show you inside this one. And that also connects to this side. Now lastly, we have the TV in the cab over. This TV does move, so you can swivel it. We'll see how well I can do this with one hand. All right, and that moves so that you can see the TV from the main section of the camper. That covers pretty much all of the highlights and the features on the Arctic Fox 1150. And it is a great camper. It is huge, it is spacious, it is one of the best equipped campers we've got on our lot at D&H. So feel free to come by and check it out. We are located in Apex, North Carolina and Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for watching.